That too.
The animated Anarchy series presents the animated Hour of Power.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are live. It is Saturday night. It is time for another gauntlet here in the gauntlet stage of the animated Anarchy series here on Animated Hour of Power, episode 42 on the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. I am, of course, your host, Dutchie, joined as always by Money E.
What's up? You can't see
Sean
me.
is with us.
What up?
And our beloved wildcard Dave.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tonight is the ampersand gauntlet, which is that little or the little and symbol that nobody can. I've never actually been able to draw one of those, so I always just put like a little dash, like if I'm doing like Pinky in the Brain or something like that. Now, is none of you guys actually knew what that was called?
The and symbol?
No.
I didn't know it had that name.
All right, Dave, did
I
you
just
know
call
what
it
it
the
was
and
called?
symbol.
I just call it the and symbol.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know that it was called an ampersand?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Dave, did you finish high school?
Yep.
Okay. Sean, I know you did. And I
Barely.
know you did.
I got a diploma.
I'm the only one of the three of you that didn't finish high school, and I knew what the symbol was.
Did you look it up?
No, I've known it just because we were taught that in school, and I actually paid attention.
You
So-
didn't finish high school?
No,
I
I
didn't
got
know
a
that.
GED.
I never knew that.
Really?
Me neither.
Yeah. Never knew that.
Me neither.
Well, I'm kind of surprised because, for Sean, because of how long I've known you.
Well, that's what
I've
shocked
known
me.
you for-
It shocks it to me too. Because I
Yeah.
always thought you did.
Yeah,
I've
no,
known you for 10 years.
Eric, Sean has known me for over 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've known Doug. Like his mom held me when I was a baby, bro.
Yeah,
I know him
Right.
a lot longer than you.
Sean and I.
Yeah, catch up, Eric.
Yeah,
Good
you
job.
got
They shared
33
baby
years,
births
bro.
together.
yeah, Sean and I go way back, which we've already gone into detail many times.
We used to hold wrestling matches in the park playground
Oh my god.
way
Yeah.
back when.
Yeah, way back when. And I remember the one time Sean and I actually started a match. We went 45 minutes, and then we're just like, why did we do this?
I think eventually I said, just push me through the table and beat me. I'm tired.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. He's like, can we just end this now?
We need to have an episode. We need to have an episode where you guys share story time.
No, we don't.
You
All right.
definitely don't want that.
Yeah. We don't need
That
to
would
go.
draw rating. That would draw viewers.
It
They
might
love
draw the
story time.
FBI.
It would draw the FBI. It would draw lots of
Oh,
things. Bad
okay, never
publicity.
mind. Maybe off air.
Yeah. But all right. So no, I got my GED when I was 21. So technically I stopped going to high school senior year because I was told that I was too stupid to take the Regents exams. And they're like, just get your GED, it's easier. And then 3 years later I finally got it. All right.
But I don't think you're stupid, Doug.
So tell that to the teachers at I don't even know. Yeah, tell it to the teachers at Newfane High School if any of them are even still alive. This was a long time ago. All right. So up tonight we have Pinky in the Brain and Ren and Stimpy are going to start it. Alvin and the Chipmunks comes in third. Captain Planet and the Planeteers comes in fourth. Jen and the Holograms, a favorite of both Dave and Sean,
Love that
comes
show.
in fifth. Did you just say what I think you just said?
sarcastically.
Yeah. All right.
I
Tom
was
and
like, what
Jerry.
demon started possessing Sean?
Yeah. Tom and Jerry will come in 6th. Garfield and Friends comes in 7th, and Rocky and Bullwinkle will come in 8th. So basically, here's what's going to happen. 2 shows are going to start. Once the show is eliminated, the next show comes in, and so on and so forth. These guys are going to judge. 5 categories are going to be picked via the randomizer. If a show wins 3-0, it's 30 points. 3-1 is 20. 3-2 is 10, and 5 for the loser. If you are swept, you lose 10 points. Now for the gauntlet. If you win the gauntlet, you get 50 points. If you run the entire gauntlet, you get 100. If you sweep the entire gauntlet, you get 200. Now, a couple of powers we have to go through. We have, of course, our usual power, which is if these guys see a category on the randomizer that was picked that they don't like, they can switch it and say, no, we want this instead. But then somebody can veto it, and then we got to go to a coin toss. Now, Dave, you have the power because you guessed the correct amount of shirts I was going to have on Wednesday.
I have the power.
Do you want to be the randomizer, or do you want to save it?
I think I'm going to save it.
All right. Well, you are going to have the opportunity to win that power again because I do have on 6 shirts right now. Now, Eric, you have the power. You can take a category out of the randomizer. Do you want to use it, or do you want to save it?
I'm gonna use it.
All right. What do you want out?
You already know what he's picking.
Voice acting.
All right. So the most important category for animated shows is the category Eric hates the most.
I don't know how you hate that category, Eric. That's literally the best category. One of the best categories.
Okay, maybe.
No, you already made the
No,
choice.
you
I've
already
already
with it.
taken it out, Eric.
Stick with it.
Okay.
Stand on business, Eric.
But the good news is, Dave, he doesn't get to use it again until he wins it again.
Yes.
Yep.
That is a good thing because
No, it's okay, Eric. Like
Yeah.
your opinion, like it's hard for you to judge voice acting, so I understand why you went with that.
It's kind of the
I
same
mean-
for me. I can't tell which one's what's good, what's bad. That's why I always
Yeah.
look it up.
yeah, you are entitled to your opinion. I think you're completely wrong, but you are entitled to your opinion.
I know.
Uh,
I mean, I think you're wrong sometimes.
which more than likely I am, but again, I could care less if you think I'm wrong. So all right. Now, the shows will get a sweeping bonus for for every time they sweep. If they don't sweep the entire table, but if they get a couple sweeps and they win the gauntlet, they are going to get a sweep bonus. We are going to spin the wheel here and find out how much that is. Can everybody see the wheel?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see how much it's going to be.
I'm going to guess 27. I
23.
was way,
Wow.
way off. Way off.
Well, you almost got half of it.
Unlucky.
All right, so lucky 13. So now here's the funny thing is that like Pinky and the Brain has the best chance to become the number 1 seed if they can sweep the gauntlet. Now,
Big if.
before we get to that, before we run the randomizer, Dave, how many shirts am I going to have on by the end of this? I've got 6 on right now. By the end of this gauntlet, how many shirts will be on this big hairy body?
Ooh, I think you're gonna have 3.
All right. Sean,
4.
Eric,
Took my number. I'm gonna say 5.
all right. So Dave said 3, Sean said 4, Eric said 5. All right. Eric, what color is one of the shirts going to be?
Gray.
All right. Sean,
Green.
all right. Dave,
Look,
all right. So basically here's what is going to happen. If either one of these guys get the exact number correct of how many shirts I'm going to have on my body, they are going to get the power of they get to be the randomizer and they can use it whenever they want. If they get the power correct, or if they get the color of the shirt correct, then the power they get is they get to take a category out of the randomizer. Eric or Dave says 3 shirts and one of them is going to be black. Sean said 4 and one of them is going to be green. Eric said 5 and one of them is going to be gray. Can everybody see this randomizer that has been pulled up?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
All right, here we go. 1 click. No voice acting on here. All right. So here's what we got right now. Fan base, overall enjoyment, humor, character development, theme song. Dave, do you want to take anything out?
Actually, I do.
Okay, what do you want?
I want to take out character development.
And
Thank you.
replace it with what?
I think I'm gonna go with animation style.
All right.
I agree.
I agree.
All right. So instead of character development, it's going to be animation.
The reason why I did that is because a lot of these shows are pretty static characters, so there's not a lot of character development in between.
Oh, I
I
100%.
100% agree with that.
Well, which one of you was saying put in animation? Sean, I think that was your voice, right?
No, that was me.
No, that was Eric.
Yeah.
You guys knew what I was gonna pick,
I knew I was gonna...
but I was debating that or like originality. I was debating between those two.
All right. So the categories are going to be fan base, enjoyment, humor,
Fan base is gonna be tricky.
animation, theme song. Yeah.
Fan base is gonna be interesting because I think some of these are similar fan bases. If you know.
Maybe. But all right, so Sean, what do we think of this lineup here?
I think it's pretty good.
I love it.
Probably would have been better if voice acting was part of it.
We can all
I
blame
think this is
Eric.
one of my favorite lineups. We've probably had this lineup before.
Now that Eric's endorsed the lineup, it's going to be one of our lowest rated episodes.
Sorry.
Although our ratings have gone up a little bit since we started doing the gauntlet stage.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's the best stage we've done.
Yeah. Well, because it's a little more unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true. Very true.
And
That was a wonderful idea, Doug.
oh, thank
Do
you.
you guys think what are these first 2 shows that are coming up? Do you think any of them sweep through?
I think there's 1 or 2 at the end that could derail that.
Now, do you want my personal opinion, or do you want me like to actually like share like what I think? Because personally, yes, I would not like one of these shows to sweep because I would like to take one of these shirts off. Not sweep it. But do I think it's possible with the categories we got? I don't know. But we've wasted enough time. We're already 14 minutes in. We have yet to start a battle here. So let's go ahead. It is going to be Pinky and the Brain starting it off with Ren and Stimpy.
Fan base.
Pinky and the Brain is in the division of Nick Cosmo. They are 3-0, 70 points, already have a division lead. And Ren and Stimpy, 1-2, 25 points in the division of Ryan Barber. They need some help to get a division lead. Remember, a 13-point sweeping bonus if any of the shows can win the gauntlet and get some sweeps. But all right, we start with fan base. Eric, go ahead.
Fan base. I think I went with, from what I read, I went with Pinky. I just think it's an older show. I think they still have that fan base that.
What are you going with?
And I think
Eric,
Pinky in the
speak
Brain.
so I can hear you.
Pinky in the Brain.
Okay. All right. Dave?
Yeah, I would be agreeing with Eric here. I would think Pinky and the Brain takes this one. I think it's a little closer than what people might think, but I do think they have a broader spectrum of fan base, and I think they have like the Animaniacs crowd. I think a lot of those people kind of like Pinky and the Brain as well, so I think they get that fan base as well.
I think you got to, Animaniacs, and I think you got to throw Tiny Toons in there too.
Yeah.
Because it's all part of that
Yep.
universe, along with Freakazoid and Tasmania and all that. Because a lot of those shows, like, it's basically the same universe.
Right. So I think with that, it gives it a little edge for the fan base.
Right. All right, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also went with Pinky and the Brain.
All right, they're up 1-0. 2 more, and then they can sweep. We go to overall enjoyment, Sean.
I have Pinky and the Brain. I think that show is better produced, has better actors, and it's funny.
It really is. And like, I was never a big Pinky and the Brain fan growing up, but when it got released to Tubi and I started watching it a little bit, just seeing how miserable Brain was, like, it always made me chuckle. We're doing the same thing we do every night, Pinky. We're going to try to take over the world. It's like, yeah, but you're going to fail. All right. Dave?
Yeah, I went with Pinky and the Brain here as well. I think it's just a little more fast paced. It's got witty dialogue. I think they do a good job with like the parodies, from like pop culture and stuff like that. I think it's a good vibe, and I enjoyed it.
All right, Eric?
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain. I think the chemistry between Pinky and Brain is better than Ren and Stimpy.
Right. And I think a lot of people might agree with that. All right. They are up 2-0. 1 more, and then they can sweep it. Humor is the next category. And Dave, why don't you start us off?
I'm going to stay with Pinky and the Brain here. I think they, have witty wordplay. I think they have clever gags. I think the writing was pretty sharp with their humor. So I have to give it to them.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Pinky and the Brain. It's like Dave said, a lot better writing. The jokes were funnier. The delivery was better too, and the emotion.
Right. All right, Eric?
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain because, as I said, better chemistry between the two. So.
All right. They are going to sweep it. So they get the 30 points plus. Right now, they will have the 13-point sweeping bonus. Ren and Stimpy is going to lose 10 points. Pinky and the Brain is just going to keep adding on to their division lead right now. Now we move on. It is Pinky and the Brain versus Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin and the Chipmunks in the division of Derek Elstrom. And they are 2-1, 40 points, 20 points behind for a division lead. Let's see what they can do here. I am still wearing 6 shirts. Dave says I'm going to have on 3 at the end of this, and one of them is going to be black. Sean says 4 shirts, and one of them is going to be green. Eric said 5, and one of them is going to be gray. And by the way, they don't know. They don't know what I have on. And to be honest with you, I kind of forgot what the colors were. So putting them on. But all right. Right now I'm still at 6. We go on to fan base. Dave, who had the bigger fan base between Alvin and the Chipmunks and Pinky and the Brain?
Ooh, this one, Alvin and the Chipmunks by landslide. They're multi-generational audience that they captivated.
Yep.
They have, they can appeal to a broader audience as well because, it's more kid-friendly, it's family-friendly. So I do believe because it's multi-generational and because it's so adaptive for like a family environment that they take this.
All right. Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Dave on Alvin and the Chipmunks here. It's multi-generational, pretty much for any age human out there that wants to watch it.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
Yeah, Alvin and the Chipmunks, because they came up with the musical. They have they have CDs that people bought. So yeah, I just think I know that goes into merchandise, but
Yeah,
it's more global.
but it helps with the fan base.
Yeah.
All right, Alvin and the Chipmunks is up 1-0. 2 more, and then they can sweep it. Overall enjoyment, Eric.
Ooh, this was tough, but I lean towards Alvin and the Chipmunks because I just think it's more kid friendly and more enjoyable for me.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the opposite way here. I'm gonna go Pinky and the Brain. I think it's just more enjoyable for teens and adults due to its sophisticated humor that they have in there.
Yeah.
Some stuff like that. So, for me, that was more enjoyable.
All right, fair enough. Sean, which way you leaning?
I actually also went with Pinky and the Brain for that exact reason.
All right.
I just like the wittiness and
both sides good,
the cleverness of the jokes and
Yeah.
the antics and stuff.
And plus, it's more around you two. It's more around your age range.
Yeah, I grew up watching it. Yeah.
Yeah. To where Alvin and the Chipmunks was kind of around the time when Eric and I were, young.
The 1950s.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no, I like the Alvin and the Chipmunks too. It's just like I said, it's more family oriented and better for children. But I've watched them.
See, I'm more 1750. They're celebrating 250 years in the White House. When America was born, I was already in my teens.
Yeah, you're celebrating, the introduction of electricity and gravity.
Yeah. I was the guy that they electrocuted to invent electricity.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think you can pull it off.
Yeah. All right. Now that I've buried myself as far as I could probably be buried. Actually, we'll see if I can do it more. 1-1. No sweep is happening. We move on to humor. Sean, which show was funnier?
This one was a hard one, but I kept it to Pinky and the Brain because I like I thought their jokes were more intelligent and just I don't know, not so simple.
Yeah. More sophisticated
yeah,
jokes.
more sophisticated.
Yeah. Again, I'm the only one of us that didn't finish high school, and I just came up with a big word. Well, I didn't.
I said that just a minute ago.
Well, I didn't say not that I came up with it. I didn't invent the word. I'm just saying I used it. All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Pinky and the Brain here too. Like I said, I think the humor targets more of a older crowd.
Yeah.
with its humor. So I do enjoy that. Alvin and the Chipmunks, like Sean alluded to, it's very simple. It's like civil rivalry or like exaggerated expressions from like the Dave, the caretaker.
Yeah.
Funny enough, same name. But yeah, I just because of those, I think Pinky and the Brain takes this one.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain.
All right, they're up 2-1. They can win it in the next category, which is animation. Eric, who had better animation?
Oh boy. I think I had this close. Let me see. I have Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
Pinky and the Brain.
All right. Dave?
Yeah, I would have to agree with Eric here. Going with Pinky and the Brain.
All right, Sean?
Sweep it.
It just had really cool like camera angles, like good like different lighting, like dynamic lighting and stuff like that, which I thought was pretty cool, especially from like the 1990s type animation.
Yeah.
I thought Pinky and the Brain kind of really killed that.
All right, so
Yeah.
Pinky and the Brain is going to win another one. They're going to get 20 points out of this. Now, Alvin and the Chipmunks does not lose any points, but now Pinky and the Brain moves on to face Captain Planet and the Planeteers. They are in the division of Matthew Gore, and they are 1 and 2, 10 points. If they can go far enough in this thing, they might be able to catch a division lead, but Pinky and the Brain right now is on fire. And we start with fan base, and Sean, we start with you.
Oh man, this one was also becomes close, but I'm sticking to Pinky and the Brain. I think Captain Planet was, I don't know, their fan base is questionable to me.
I agree with that. Eric?
Yeah. Yeah, I went with Pinky and the Brain.
All right.
Pinky and the Brain. Yep.
Okay. All right. Dave?
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain. I think the world domination thing with the mice, the clever writing, the meme type stuff that you could get from here. I just think it holds up better too. Like, Captain Planet and the Planeteers, people don't really people remember it, but they don't really bring it up compared to like Pinky and the Brain.
Right.
I think their fan base is a little bit more loyal.
All right. They're up 1-0, 2 more, and then they can sweep it. Overall enjoyment, Dave.
I'm going with Pinky and the Brain. I'm staying there. I like the humor that they bring. I think, like I said, sophisticated humor. And I grew up watching this show, so it's still enjoyable for me.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain was hands down a lot funnier. It's a lot better. I can't stand, well, I'm not even going to go into it because we already know how I feel.
Yeah. All right. Eric?
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain.
Sean does not like Cat Planet, everybody.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
He liked it enough to vote it to beat Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, but then it went against SWAT Cats, and then I think it went against X-Men, and Sean's just like, all right, I don't have to pretend to like this anymore.
Yeah, he says let him explode.
Facts.
All right, 2-0, one more, and then they can get themselves another sweep. We move on to humor. Sean, what show is funnier?
Pinky and the Brain by far.
That's kind of a duh. I don't think Captain Planet really had any humor.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I don't
they're-
think
they
it had
any humor.
No.
They had
All right.
their little snip comments, but nothing like that would make you laugh.
Yeah, nothing that really set the world on fire.
Yeah, if anything, it wanted you to turn it off.
Nothing that stands out.
That SpongeBob meme where he's standing out of the chair. All right, I'm head out.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain, hands down.
All right, Dave.
I agree with these two. Like we said, there's no humor in the other show.
All right, so Pinky and the Brain is going to get themselves another one, and then you're going to get another sweep. So they are on a roll right now. 3 victories, 2 of them being sweeps. If they can keep the momentum going, then they could possibly get the 100 points for winning the gauntlet. Next up, they're going to face Jen and the Holograms. Another favorite of these guys. All right. They're 1-2, 10 points in the division of Jacob Hummer. They got a long way to go if they want to catch a division lead. Fan base, Sean.
I am going with Pinky and the Brain. I think it's just more recognizable.
Yeah. All right. Dave, you hate this show, so
Yeah, I'm going Pinky and the Brain. I think it definitely has more of a widespread, massive appeal compared to Jen and the Holograms.
all right. Eric.
Pinky and the Brain. I didn't even know what Jen and the Holograms were before we did this.
All right. They're up 1-0. They can 2 more and then they can sweep it. Overall enjoyment, Dave, as if I already don't know where you're going.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my first choice, Pinky and the Brain. Like I said, it's just funny. It's enjoyable, sophisticated humor. I like it.
All right. Sean.
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain.
Okay. Eric.
Sweep it.
All right, they're up 2-0. 1 more, and then they can get themselves another sweep. Humor, Eric.
I don't think Jen and the Holograms had any humor, so Pinky and the Brain, no brainer.
Okay. Sean.
Yeah, I'm also going with Pinky and the Brain. I don't think there was zero humor in Jen and the Holograms,
Yeah.
other than the show itself.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, I'll go with what these two said. Pinky and the Brain.
All right. They got themselves another sweep. They are rolling here. They're going to win it 3-0. However, the roadblock may be a coming. Because now they go against Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry in the division of Kevin Johnston. And they are 1-2, 25 points. They are 10 points behind Legend of Tarzan for a division lead. They might be able to start catching some ground here. I am still at 6 shirts. Dave said 3 shirts, and one of them was going to be black. Sean said 4, one of them being green. Eric said 5, one of them being gray. Now, we move on to fan base.
Ooh,
Tough. Dave, why don't you start it off?
Oh, this one's kind of tough, but I think I'm gonna stick with Pinky and the Brain here.
All right. Eric.
Yeah, this was kind of 50-50 for me, so to make it interesting, I went with Tom and Jerry.
All right. Sean, you get to break a tie.
I went Tom and Jerry. I think there's just slightly bigger fan base over Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah. Plus, they've been around for so long.
Yeah.
They have been around forever.
Yeah.
I just went with Pinky and the Brain because it had more dialogue, so I thought people would be more into something that has more dialogue into it.
Right. No, I can definitely see that. All right. Tom and Jerry's up 1-0. 2 more, and then they can sweep it. We go on to overall enjoyment. Sean, go ahead.
I went with Tom and Jerry. I love that show growing up. Just the constant battle between Tom and Jerry, and then the grandma or Tom's owner always smacking him on the head, or him running into the dog and just doing everything in his power. It's like Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, only cat and mouse version.
Yeah. By the way, every big ugly dog back in that era of cartoons always had to be named Spike.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because like the dog in Tom and Jerry, his name was Spike. The dog in Heathcliff, his name was Spike. So
Wasn't that dog in Garfield and Friends Spike too?
No, Odie.
Okay.
We'll get to Garfield and Friends in a few minutes. Just hold your horses.
Not that he's a dog, but Spike and Land Before Time.
Yeah,
he
Spike
kind of
was a
acted like a
popular
dog.
name. I mean, even Spike and Rugrats.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Rugrats. Yep, that's what I was thinking of. Yep.
All right. So Sean went Tom and Jerry. Dave, where are you going in overall enjoyment?
This one's tough. I'm on the fence for these two for enjoyment. But I think I'm gonna go with Pinky and the Brain. Back in the day, I probably would have went Tom and Jerry, but I do like the dialogue in Pinky and the Brain. I like the humor in there. I just think it's more enjoyable for me to watch now than Tom and Jerry is.
Right. I can understand it. All right, Eric, you get to break a tie.
I'm gonna agree with Sean. I went Tom and Jerry. I just thought it was a little bit more enjoyable for me.
All right. Tom and Jerry is up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep it. Huh?
Wow, I didn't expect this.
One more, and then they can sweep it, and all of Pinky and the Brain's hard work. I mean, they still get the points they get for winning the battles, but the sweep bonuses go away.
Yeah.
All right. Humor. All right. Eric, which show was funnier?
Ooh, this was tough because I thought they were both very funny, but I went with Tom and Jerry.
Sean?
This one was hard for me, but I'm sticking to Pinky and the Brain just because they can deliver the dialogue better than Tom and Jerry could. Tom and Jerry was more like the physical type humor, and Pinky and the Brain was more intellectual.
Right.
That's fair, yeah.
All right, Dave, break a tie.
Yeah, it pretty much took the words out of my mouth. I'm going with Pinky and the Brain here. I like the dialogue. I like their sophisticated humor. Tom and Jerry, I just feel like a lot of their gags are repetitive. So over time, it loses its humor. But it's still like a classic to me. So I always love Tom and Jerry, but I feel like the humor in it kind of dissolves over time.
Right.
Facts.
All right, they're down 2-1. Tom and Jerry can still win in this next category, which is animation, Dave.
Oh, this is tough. This is really tough, but I think Tom and Jerry's going to take this one. In my opinion, I just feel like their gags, the way that their characters, would move or pop out or make funny faces or stuff like that. I think their detailed backgrounds were very, very detailed. Especially having the plates of food and stuff in the background. It was all very hand drawn. It took a lot of talent. So I think it was very incredibly fluid for the time frame of which this came out, and it's captivating.
All right. Sean?
I was actually hoping these shows didn't get paired together, but I'm going with Tom and Jerry.
All right. Eric?
Yeah, clean sweep. I just thought Tom and Jerry was more detailed and more cleaner.
All right, Tom and Jerry is going to win it 3-1. So they are going to move on. Pinky and the Brain's tour of duty is done, but they were able to get themselves some 4 victory or hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 4 victories. They're not going to be able to keep any of the sweeping bonuses, but now one shirt comes off, which is Pinky and the Brain. They're done. Next shirt I had on is Ren and Stimpy. They're done. So they're off.
Alvin.
I already lost.
Alvin, he's out.
Number 4.
All right. Captain Planet is the next shirt that is on here. They're done.
The power is yours.
All right.
Is that black or blue?
So I'm down to 2 shirts because I just took 4 off. Nobody said 2. Now, unless like you guys have a plain view of exactly what shirt I have on underneath.
Orange.
Yeah. So we'll just suspend disbelief. Nobody's getting any powers.
Yeah.
All right.
I've
Don't sound
just
so
seen it.
disappointed, Eric. You should have just Eric's just like, fine.
Oh,
Don't hand out
man.
the powers.
It sounded like a kid that was promised ice cream that didn't get it.
You can be stingy with your powers if you want to. You got to earn them. You didn't.
I did last week.
Yeah, you did. All right. So it's not as hot right now because now I'm only down to 2 shirts. But now Tom and Jerry is going to move on and they're going to take on Garfield and Friends.
Ooh.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. All right. Garfield and Friends in the division of Stephanie Cano, 2-1, 45 points. They're 25 points behind Animaniacs for a division lead. All right. We start with fan base. I think this one is a little tough. I'm glad I'm not judging. Dave, who takes
This
it?
one is for real tough because I feel like they're both classics. They're both got that nostalgia factor.
They're iconic characters.
Yeah, they both
Yeah.
they are. But I think I'm going with Tom and Jerry here. I think its global reach is one of the most significant and one of the most highest grossing animated franchises of all time. And that's a fact. I think it's got a very frequent fan base that is constantly engaging in discussions and stuff like that. So I just feel like its global reach is just a little bit more larger and a little more active.
All right. Eric, you had your hand up, so go ahead.
Yeah, I went with Garfield and Friends. I feel like their fan base is more active, but Dave said they're active too, but I don't know. I feel like Garfield and Friends just has somewhat a bigger fan base, but that's just my opinion.
All right. Sean, you get to break a tie.
I went with Garfield and Friends
Oh wow.
because I feel like there's just more of like obviously there's more of like a following, but I think the show in itself is better. I think if Tom and Jerry had more like ability to use dialogue, that show would be like a top tier unmatched type show.
Well, I mean, they have the ability to use dialogue, but the show is meant to not have dialogue.
Well, that's what I'm saying though.
It's a
Like
slapstick.
it kind of, I don't know. I just think it would be better.
It probably could be. All right. Garfield and Friends is up 1-0. 2 more, and then they can sweep it. Overall enjoyment, Sean.
I'm sticking to Tom and Jerry.
All right.
When I was younger, I didn't really understand Garfield enough. So,
I'm more of a Heathcliff guy, so
oh, we know.
yeah. It's been brought up many times before, even though Garfield already settled the argument who the better cartoon cat was when Garfield beat Heathcliff. But go ahead, Eric.
I went with Garfield and Friends because I watched that more than Tom and Jerry when I was growing up. So.
All right, Dave, another tie needs to be broken.
Yeah, it's tough. Because I do enjoy both. Like I enjoy, Garfield's sarcastic laziness, and that dialogue, but something about Tom and Jerry, I don't know. Like it doesn't need to have dialogue to be good, and each episode is its own, even though they could be doing similar type things. I just think it's timeless. So I'm going with Tom and Jerry here.
All right. So 1-1. No sweep is happening. We move on to humor. Dave?
Humor, I think I'm gonna go Garfield here. I think because they have dialogue, witty, a little bit cynical, sarcastic humor, from Garfield. I think because of him, this takes it.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I agree with Dave. Just the fact that they can deliver it verbally.
All right. Eric?
Yeah, Garfield and Friends. I think Garfield himself is very funny. So.
All right. They are up 2-1. One more, and they get the 20-point win. It is animation style, Eric.
Ooh. Let me see what I put down. I went with Garfield and Friends. I thought Garfield and Friends. I thought it was a little bit more cleaner, more detailed.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going the opposite way. I'm going Tom and Jerry. Like I said before, I think Tom and Jerry's, a masterpiece with its animation, especially because I think it's one of the finest ever put to film, actually, because it is, traditional hand-drawn animation, and it's so fluid with the stretch and squash physics that they got going on with, Tom and Jerry, even Spike the dog and stuff like that, and other, guests that, or side characters that come on. I just feel like it's it's the finest of its time, and I think putting it up against anything, I think Tom and Jerry probably will squash anything in its animation just because it's traditional, hand drawn, and it's so detailed and so good.
Right.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right. Sean, you get to break a tie here.
I went with Tom and Jerry. I think there's just more attention to detail, I think, in that more than anything else. A lot of vibrant colors as well.
All right. So
Not vibrant, but cleaner colors, I should
right.
say.
No, I got you. 2-2. So we got to go to the fifth category. And the fifth category is theme song. Sean, who had the better theme song?
I went with Garfield. I like that one slightly more.
Yeah.
That's the only explanation I can give.
Especially like when they switched it and they did that one that, we're ready to party.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like that one is like more like fondly remembered by people. But Dave, go ahead.
This one is tough because I do like both. I think though I'm gonna go with more of the jazz and classical music here. I'm gonna go Tom and Jerry. I think it does very good job rather than using like its vocals for lyrics. It relies on the high tempo, stuff like that to match like the chaotic nature of like the cat and mouse chase type deal. So I think they do a really good job catching that in the music. So I went with them.
All right, Eric, it all comes down to you.
I went with Garfield and Friends because I remember that more in my head. So
All right. Garfield and Friends is going to win it 3-2. Boy, was it close.
Yeah, it was. Up to the very end.
Up to the very end. So now Garfield and Friends is going to go against Rocky and Bullwinkle. And this shirt will be coming off. So I will be we'll be ending the gauntlet with me having one shirt on. Nobody guessed it. No powers to be given. So far, Dave is the only one to have won the power to become the randomizer. Eric is the only one to win the power of taking the category out, which he has already used. But Dave has pocketed his power. But all right, Rocky and Bullwinkle in the division of Mike Thomas. And they are, let's see here, 0-3, negative 10 points. So they got a long way to go if they want to catch her. Huh?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What happens if we both guess the right color? Since you have 5 different shirts. I mean, for the next one.
I'll never guess the same color as you, Eric.
Well, no.
No.
Say I still have like 2 or 3 shirts on.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like if I have whatever shirts are still on my body, if you both guess a color and I happen to be wearing both those colors, you're both gonna get it.
Yeah, that's what happened to you last
Okay.
time, Eric. Remember? Because it wasn't the shirt he had on; it was the one under it.
Yeah.
Because you guessed
Okay.
yellow or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So it's Garfield and Friends versus Rocky and Bullwinkle to end this thing here. Fan base is up first, Dave.
Fan base. Ooh, this is tough. But I think Garfield and Friends. I think Garfield is a little bit more known than Rocky and Bullwinkle at this time. Growing up, Rocky and Bullwinkle were huge. But nowadays, I think, Garfield takes that. Not a lot of people, this generation know who Rocky and Bullwinkle are.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I agree with Dave. I went with got to go with Garfield and Friends. I think back then it would have been different. Rocky and Bullwinkle was pretty popular, but they kind of just had like a slow fall off of where did they go?
Right. All right. Eric.
I went with Garfield and Friends. I think Rocky and Bullwinkle just has more of a cult following.
All right. They are up 1-0, 2 more, and then they can sweep it. Overall enjoyment, Eric.
Garfield and Friends, because I don't think I ever watched Rocky and Bullwinkle, maybe once or twice, but I watched more Garfield and Friends. So.
All right. Dave?
I actually, this one's tough because I really like a lot of what Rocky and Bullwinkle had to offer. It was a lot more fast paced. It was very pun heavy. And I think I'm going with Rocky and Bullwinkle here for enjoyment. I like, they got some like brilliant like war era, satire for like adults and stuff, like segments like about, where they bring in like Cold War era type political stuff into it and stuff like that. So it's very interesting even for adults.
Well, even the movie is like in that kind of era. It's like a modern Cold War.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I like that theme. So I'm going with them.
All right. Sean?
I went Garfield and Friends because I like the antics and the stuff they get into.
All right. Garfield and Friends is up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep it. We go to humor, Sean.
I got humor. I went Rocky and Bullwinkle. Sorry, a lot of these are like last minute decisions.
That's okay.
I just think there's like just the simplest of like not even jokes that it like just their communication between each other is funny.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
This is tough, but since I watched Garfield and Friends more, I'm going with Garfield.
All right. All right, Dave, you get to break it tie.
Yeah, I'm going with Rocky and Bullwinkle here. I think it was a little more fast paced, a little more pun heavy with its humor. I think they often had like layered jokes too, very often, which would go over like children's head, but as an adult watching, you kind of catch it. So I think they bring a little bit more to offer than Garfield, which is basically going off of his laziness or sarcastic type of humor. So I think Rocky and Bullwinkle bring a little bit more humor to it.
All right. Garfield's up 2-1. They can still win it in the next category, which is animation, Dave.
Ooh, yeah, this one, I think they definitely are going to win it. Garfield and Friends, I think they have more of a traditional and more fluid animation. Even though I think it was more limited, I think it was very solid. They had expressive characters. It was very polished. So I think they're going to take this one.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I got to go with Garfield and Friends. I think just obviously more detailed than Rocky and Bullwinkle. It's brighter. There's more going on.
All right. Eric?
Yeah, Garfield and Friends. It's more modern.
All right. Garfield and Friends is going to win it 3-1. They're going to get 20 points. So basically, here's what happens. Obviously, I keep the shirt on. I had one shirt on. Nobody gets any powers because they did not guess the correct color or how many shirts I was going to have on towards the end. Garfield and Friends, they get 10 points in a win over Tom and Jerry. They get the 20 points here in the win over Rocky and Bullwinkle. So that's 30 points plus the 50 for winning the gauntlet. So they get themselves 80 points. Now we move on to the next gauntlet, which is going to be this upcoming Wednesday at noon Eastern time. It is going to be the anime gauntlet. The shirt gimmick will be there for that as well, so I'll probably be sweating again. Samurai Pizza Cats and Sailor Moon are going to start it. Then Pokemon comes in, then Digimon, then Yu-Gi-Oh, then Naruto, then Speed Racer, and Dragon Ball Z is going to finish it off. Next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, we will not be live. It'll be pre-recorded because it is Father's Day weekend. The Hanna-Barbera Gauntlet, which is going to be the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, Huckleberry Hound Show, Johnny Quest, Pirates of Dark Water, Jabberjaw, and the Smurfs. Ready to find out exactly when everybody's coming in?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's do the deal here.
You say Hanna-Barbera?
Hanna-Barbera. All right, can everybody see that screen?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Okay. Kind of a lackluster start. But so here's what we're going to see. We are going to see Pirates of Dark Water and Jabberjaw are going to start it.
Dave, I sent it to you.
Sweet.
What, Sean doesn't get it?
No, I sent it to the group.
All right. Flintstones will come in third. The Jetsons will come in fourth. Johnny Quest will come in fifth. Huckleberry Hound Show will be sixth. The Smurfs will be seventh. And Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Is going to look to close this thing out. They will come in eighth.
They got unlucky.
So, what do we think? Do we think anybody's got a chance of sweeping the gauntlet
No.
here, running the table?
No.
From the first two?
Yeah.
The sweep? No. I don't think either of them will sweep. But if I had to pick one, I'm going with Pirates of Darkwater.
Yeah. So, all right. Sean, do you have this written down? Or
Eric sent me the photo.
all right.
Yeah, I sent it.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. Sean, what do you think? Does anybody have a chance of making a long run in this thing?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
All right.
They're
And
all
just so you guys know, the shirts will be back for that episode next week as well. I do have Hanna-Barbera shirts, so that is another opportunity to get a power, as will be this Wednesday night. Make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast YouTube channel. No show this week, but we'll be back in a couple weeks with In Your House Ground Zero from September of 1997. Make sure to like and subscribe to Money E's Unscripted Sports Show on YouTube. Find them on Twitch at TCX Money E, on TikTok at Money E Six Pack Picks. You're going to find Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCX Godsent 95. You're going to find Sean on TikTok and Twitch at TCAX Reaper. Also, join the Dizzleverse on Twitch. My brother Daniel will be streaming later tonight. He already streamed this afternoon as well, but he will be doing another overnight stream. So make sure to tune in for that. And also join the or like and subscribe to the Stabcast on YouTube with Daniel and Mindy. All right, we will see everybody Wednesday for the Anime Gauntlet on Animated Showdown.
Later.
Later.
See ya.
Later.
Peace.